Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here, picking up right where we left off in the campaign on Gettysburg. The Tide Turns. I'm playing as the Union. I don't feel like it's going particularly well right now. This is on the 2-star difficulty, which is kind of the medium difficulty of the 3 that you can choose from. We're just going to go ahead and hit commit. We're on turn 10 of 31, so we're about a third of the way through the battle. It looks like we get the 11th Corps next, so that's actually a good thing. I've got to start moving back up here. Try to rebuild my line and start pushing him off of these objectives once again. I'm going to let Ames kind of sit one more turn. Hopefully he gets back up to full strength. Same with Krzyzanowski. Alright. So what I'm hoping is I can get maybe Biddle up in here. Looks like he's backing off. That actually is very helpful. But he may move other units into those positions. We should be getting near the end of July 1st. If I understand the order of arrival, I think we should see the 3rd Corps under Sickles arriving next, as well as the bulk of the 12th Corps. Alright, we got a little bit of bombardment we can do, not a lot. I guess that's the only one. The rest of them are going to be actually attacking Hayes. No. Stay right where we are. Gamble doing a fairly nice job right there. We just shattered Perrin. Schimmelpfennig fell back as well, though. Hopefully I can get these 12th Corps units up into Culp's Hill, which is where they were historically, so that's kind of cool. No, I don't think anybody's going to advance. Bye-bye, Hayes. Nothing but artillery on his right side now. Now we're good. Got the 1st Corps. I was hoping for the 12th Corps next. They may have already moved, though. I don't really remember. Alright, we'll get Cutler up here. He's mostly reformed. He's still missing 2. Who else do we have? Stone. We're going to keep him right where he is. Baxter, we got to pull out. Alright, there's the 12th Corps. Perfect. Cobham's got a smaller force there. Awesome. Okay, I think we're kind of stabilizing the line now, but he's got an awful lot of artillery down here. And that concerns me. It's interesting how sometimes it doesn't move to show you where the units are moving. Maybe I just can't see them. Maybe there's a fog of war. I'm not sure if there is or not on here. Oh, here it comes again. Looks like it's all Confederates yet to move. So the turns are going to take longer now as more and more units enter the field. I really need to get some more reinforcements coming. Alright, here we go. So yeah, we're going to start getting the 3rd Corps now. But not first. He's actually pulling back a little bit to try and let his line kind of solidify and reform a little bit. Alright, who do we got here? Cobham. You know what, I think maybe we'll bring him up right here. Muhlenberg may be better off. right here. Candy will stay right where he is. Same with green. All right. So who do we have here? We got these guys. We're gonna fire on O'Neill and Caliph. There we go. Nope. Let's do this. Hoping I can shatter a few more of these units over on his left. Nope. I think we're good right here. Cutler's done. I held on as long as he could. We'll get Schimmelpfennig up into that position if he doesn't advance and take it first. Oh, that artillery's having a nice day over here on this side. Nope, we're solid right there. Here comes his artillery reserve. Oh, no, 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 Gamble. Ooh. Come on, where's the third corps? He occupied that spot on Culp's Hill. That is not good. Because I think this is the turn where it evaluates the winning percentages and determines if there's a winner yet. He got a ton of men coming up. Alright, here comes the third corps. Here's Hiram Berdan's sharpshooters. I guess we're just going to leave Caliph's battery for now. And I can't get Gamble back up where he was. We're going to come over here and screen Jenkins. Okay. Is that really all I have left of the first corps? Yeah, I guess it is. Alright, Baxter's probably going to get shattered here. Here comes some of Longstreet's men entering the fray. I'm really going to have trouble now that these guys are getting into position. Alright. Let's get Schimmelpfennig up here. Ames right there. I'm going to let Krzyzanowski try to reform a little more. This is a night turn. Units cannot fight. Victory check. All right. July 2nd, hour 12. It's a good chance for my shattered units to reform, but that also means it's a good chance for his to do the same. I think Yeah, I can't move into a hex that contains the enemy, and look at all that artillery. My goodness. Alright, more 3rd Corps big units coming this time. I'm hoping this causes him to pull some of this artillery back if I build a second front right here. Well, Sickles, you wanted that high ground out here. Now you shall have it, sir. He's pulling off Cemetery Ridge. Perfect. We'll see what Heath does here. I'll be curious to see with some of this artillery. Yeah, he's going to turn it to face these guys. Our battle lines are going to be very different than the historical battle. That's for sure. I'm very concerned about all this 1st Corps coming in and where he's going to put them. I would imagine they're going to settle in over here to face down the 3rd Corps. So, as I mentioned in the first episode, this is a multiplayer game, so I'm very anxious to... I've done a few multiplayer battles already, but I'm interested in doing more, so if this is a game you have and you'd like to do a multiplayer game, we'll definitely have to set that up. Even if it's not something we do on a video, just do for fun. Go ahead and you can use the Discord if you want, or just comment in the comment section below and shoot me a message about that. Let's take a look here. We've got Cobham. Green's right there. Can't move him up. We can move Muhlenberg over, though. Alright, 11th Corps. I think we're pretty set with all these guys. Again, I can't really move into these positions because he's got troops there. I think we'll hold tight. Mainly I need to move the 3rd Corps again. Get them up closer. Alright, here we go. We're going to get the first of Winfield Scott Hancock's 2nd Corps is going to start arriving on the field now. So we're doing 12th first, and already kind of said there's nowhere for them that I need to move right now. Man, this is going to get interesting in the morning. Yeah, you can see the turns take a lot longer. We're about 14 minutes into this, and we've only gone, what, 3 more turns. Alright, 3rd Corps. Wow, I don't like all that artillery. I'm actually going to bring Berdan over here and sit on that objective. How does he have so much artillery, and where the heck is all of mine? Oh, Gabriel Paul. Where are we going to go with you? He must have reformed, because he was one of the units I already had. Where's he coming in from? I don't see it. Oh, I just got to place him, I guess, huh? Alright, we'll place him right there. Was he sitting on top of that artillery? I guess so. Alright, I think we're solid here. Oh, Devon's reformed too. Yeah, so we are getting some of our units back that we previously lost. Alright, here comes the 2nd Corps. And we're getting it all at once, it looks like. Problem is we're going to run out of room to put him in. I should have probably gotten Willard in there first. I'm backed up along the road. Lafayette McClaws. That's some more of the 1st Corps arriving. So if you haven't already noticed, the way they have this broken down is the movements are done at the corps level for the Union and at the division level for the Confederates. There were 7 Union Army Corps at the Battle of Gettysburg. You had the 1st Corps, which was under command of John Reynolds. He was killed on the first day, but he was actually commanding an entire wing of the Army, so the 1st Corps command was temporarily under Abner Doubleday. 2nd Corps under Hancock. I believe that was this was Hancock's first battle as a Corps commander. I think that the previous 2nd Corps commander resigned because he didn't want to serve under General Hooker, who was then replaced anyway. 3rd Corps was under Sickles, who was not a career military guy. He was actually a congressman before the war. Famously had murdered his wife's lover, Philip Barton Key, who was the son of Francis Scott Key, who wrote the eventual national anthem for the United States. He was also Key was also the D.C. district attorney, and Sickles basically shot him in broad daylight right in front of the White House, and was the first person in American history to successfully use temporary insanity as a defense. And then he goes on to have this career, rising all the way to a major general commanding a corps at Gettysburg. At that time, you could get high-level command by raising an outfit of troops. So Sickles actually helped raise what became known as the New York Excelsior Brigade. So that kind of fast-tracked him into a generalship. 5th Corps was under Sykes. The 6th Corps was under John Sedgwick, who I believe was one of the oldest officers in the Union Army, who was famously killed a year later at, I believe it was at Spotsylvania, by a Confederate sniper after having just been warned about snipers, and he said, well, they couldn't hit an elephant at this distance, and was immediately killed by one of those snipers. 11th Corps was under Oliver Howard, who had been rolled at Chancellorsville and was subsequently rolled here at Gettysburg. And then the 12th Corps was under Slocum, who was actually, along with Reynolds, commanding a wing of the Army during the movements of the campaign. And Slocum, I believe, came and actually took command on the field before the arrival of General Meade. Anyway, back to the battle. Still can't move some of these guys, just because we can't move into the enemy's zone of control. So we're kind of stuck with the 11th Corps right now. Ah, some healing. That's what we like to see. Here we go. And looks like now we're going to get the 5th Corps arriving. Problem is, I believe they also arrived from the Taneytown Road in the south. So we're really backed up here. We can't even get the 2nd Corps into position, let alone the 5th Corps. Come on, boys. Take them out. Oh, Lane's toast. Get him out of there. Oh, Schimmelpfennig fell back. And Lane actually advanced. I'm surprised by that. Here's my artillery reserve. Again, nowhere to go, really. Except on the sides of the road. I really hope the 2nd Corps gets to move next. Oh boy, he's pushing into the heights big time. This thing kind of hangs up every so often, right at the end of a turn. Alright, let's pull Schimmelpfennig back. Oh, we got an entry hex that's occupied, so I can't... Are you kidding me? So I think it would be kind of cool, even though it doesn't really tell you what time it is. It'd be nice if instead of the turn, since we know each turn's an hour, that it just said what time of day it was. Alright, let's do this. We're going to pull Berdan back. I'm going to try to bring in some of these 2nd Corps units into these places. Oh, we got another unit that is kind of stuck here. And I'm trying to decide. I think I want to stay right where these guys are, but the problem is it doesn't put much pressure on his artillery. Maybe if I get the 2nd Corps up, then I'll move the 3rd Corps up along with them. In the meantime, he's about to overrun me, I think, on my right. This is going to be rough. Come on, when do I get my movement? So on the Confederate side, they have 9 divisions. I think each corps had 3 divisions. They had 3 corps. 1st Corps was under General Longstreet, who had been a longtime corps commander, but instead of having 2 corps, which the Army of Northern Virginia had up until this point, after the death of Stonewall Jackson, who commanded the 2nd Corps, they reorganized the Army and put the 2nd Corps under General Richard Ewell and the 3rd Corps under A.P. Hill. Both of them were new to Corps Command, and neither one was particularly well served by the promotion. They had been both fantastic division commanders. Ewell had been wounded. I think he lost a leg at 2nd Bull Run. and was just getting back into the swing of things. A.P. Hill was, I think, one of the more tragic stories of the war was the fact that A.P. Hill gets killed by a Union sharpshooter in the last week of the war. It was in the Appomattox campaign, in that retreat from Richmond and Petersburg over towards Appomattox. He was killed, I think, maybe at Five Forks, which was just a disaster and kind of sealed the fate for the Confederacy, that debacle at Five Forks. I think that's where George Pickett was also relieved of command. Alright, here's Strong Vincent. That's the brigade that contains... Now, this is kind of interesting. They've got them coming in over here. Because Vincent's brigade came in from the south because they were the unit that was rushed up to defend Little Round Top just in time against the First Corps assault on over here on the Union left. And they were coming up over this area here and slammed right into Vincent's brigade as they came up over the hill to defend Little Round Top. And Vincent's brigade, of course, included the 20th Maine under Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain, one of the more well-known stories at Gettysburg. But I guess for now, they're coming in from this way. Strong Vincent was killed, mortally wounded, on July 2nd of the Battle of Gettysburg. But his brigade did a fantastic job. I think he was posthumously promoted to brigadier general. He was a colonel at the time of the battle. Alright, who are we bombarding here? I guess it's just Caliph. And nobody's retreating. Alright, let's see how this all shakes out. He's got a lot of men on this line now. I feel much better about my position on Cemetery Ridge than I do over here on Cemetery Hill and Culp's Hill. I just think I'm going to have trouble here. But we'll see. Hoping the high ground in the woods help make up for how badly I'm outnumbered. A lot of fighting going on now, guys. All the way along the line. I'm definitely going to need to move up these 3rd Corps units and try to engage him over here. Wow. Didn't realize there'd be this much combat. Stone is shattered in my center. That's a problem. Going to be really interesting to see how this all shakes out now. Here's the nice thing. Some of those units just broke back here, and now my 3rd Corps can come up and hit them and kind of relieve the pressure right here, I think. Awesome. It looks like... So I was thinking I was stronger over here, and suddenly it looks better over on the right side because I shattered him. Well, maybe not. We're going to have to rush Vincent up to Culp's Hill, which is interesting. He's going to the exact opposite end of the battlefield from where he was historically. Wow. Yeah, that's a problem. It's all going to kind of depend on the order now of who gets what when. Oh, of course he got to move first. Oh, there's the Stonewall Brigade up here on Cemetery Hill. Alright, 1st Corps. Who do we got? Not much. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to sacrifice folks like Gabriel Paul just to hold that position so he can't move into it. Baxter's going to have to stay right where he is. Come on, give me some more of mine. We're going to wrap this up here at the end of this turn, I think. Second Corps. Okay. Hurry, hurry, hurry to the field. Perfect. How far can we go? We can get these guys as far as Cemetery Ridge. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so it doesn't do that quite so much. Alright, can we get some more of these units going now? Here's Willard. Webb. Zook. Zook was killed on July 2nd at Gettysburg. So was Willard. I think Willard was decapitated by a shell. Which would, if you think about it, I mean, it wasn't so bad for Willard because he probably never even knew what hit him, but for his men to see their brigade commander killed in such a visible and gruesome way had to have been demoralizing for them. All right, so we're gonna go through here and hit. I hate how it kind of lags there at the end of those turns, and we'll stop right here. I think that's a good stopping point. It's a tenuous position at best on my right. I'm hoping that I've got time to turn the tide there before the battle kind of calculates the victory conditions, because I know that I'm going to be able to shatter his right over here and be able to push up in and retake some of these positions. I just don't know how long it's going to take. So, as always, I welcome your comments, your questions, your observations, your criticisms, any and all things. Use the comment section below. I was pleasantly surprised at how many views the first day that the first video of this campaign got. If you're new to it and you're just picking it up right here, the link to the first episode of the campaign will be below as well as at the end of the video here, so check that out. Hit that thumbs up if you want to see more, and please consider subscribing if you have not already, and we'll see you again real soon. Thanks for watching.